for leadership, it would be lecture number task 4, where we will be discussing LO4, 4.1 and 4.2. Let's read what your examiner is asking you to do before carrying on the lecture. Task 4. Congratulations, you have been shortlisted for the post and been invited to the interview. You are required to prepare a presentation which assesses the benefits of review and explains when this tool can be used in the achievement of personal and organizational strategy. So what are we going to be looking at? Benefits of review. Why should we review ourselves? You are required to produce a paper which evaluates the sources of information needed to review progress with achieving personal development plans. The development plans we have studied in task 3. In task 2, we have looked at the benefits of review already, why we should do something and then come back and review it for our own betterment and for the betterment of the organization. Let's look at some of the skills that would be required. Personal development skills are qualities and abilities that help you grow, both personally and professionally. What is the personal development plan that we should be reviewing? A personal development plan outlines the skills and personal attributes individuals need to work on to support sustainable business growth. Basically, you will be looking at the skills and your personal ideas that you give in to work and sustain a business growth. Remember, there are people who are innovative, who give in their own ideas, who give in their own attributes that basically allow company to grow. Some of the attributes are not just giving an idea of how to control costs. They're not attributes about how to make different products or launch different products. It's not about where our company is and where it can be. Sometimes the attributes are how to outsource and how to delegate our work to make the business more efficient. Say, for example, if you're an organization working in USA, you will be making things in India or Pakistan or Bangladesh or Sri Lanka, where the cost is comparatively very, very low. These are the ideas, these are the attributes, that personal attributes, and those attributes are not just that you say something out of the blue. You have to show a full detail of ideas, where it is coming from, how well it has been achieved by somebody else, how other companies have benefited from. You can talk about synergies, a merger from USA and India, how the synergies can allow companies to grow, how different pool of ideas, how different minds can help us grow. So this is what a personal development plan basically allow you. You yourself, how are you going to polish yourself? This is what basically strategic managers do. They look at what skills they need to hire, how many people they need to hire, what kind of skills they must have, what kind of skills they must polish, and what the company will be training them to get better at it. Remember, it is a lifelong process. So it's not just that you have done it today and tomorrow it won't happen. You will be the best. It's never like that. Not with anyone. It's always a learning procedure. It is a way for people to assess their skills and qualities, consider their aims in life, and set goals in order to realize and maximize their potential. What they want to be, how they achieve. Say, for example, your leader is the Teresa. That means that my aim would be to do a lot of social work. My aim would be to provide everyone food, shelter, clothes. And my aim would be to help them in their life. How it is a lifelong process and how you need to polish your skills and qualities by looking at it and reviewing it. Being able to reflect on the benefits of personal development in the achievement of personal growth and organizational vision and strategy is the basis of review. Let's look at the benefits of you review, what the examiner really wants from you. Benefits of you review means that you're going to be reviewing performance, learning from experience, repeating what is good, dealing with weaknesses, acknowledging success. Review can be used frequently in order to improve at key milestones, at the outset and conclusion of tasks, at the end of a meeting affairs, after a difficult problem. Say, for example, that's what we learn in law, and that's what we learn in business keys, business rules, business ethics. If there is a problem that we encounter in between, that means that after that problem, we review the problem. Why was it a problem? What should we learn from that problem? How can we allow it not to happen again? Sources of information, appraisal outcomes. It's like a 360-degree feedback system. You can also get a review from client feedbacks if you're reviewing about a product. If you have a college, then obviously you're going to get your review from your staff, students, colleagues. The key is to get feedback and review yourself. Personal observations are also a part of key. Data, KPIs, your business results wants reviews. If you did not perform well, like last year, then obviously you're going to be reviewing it. Managing your personal development plan. Developing a personal vision requires you to understand what simply you can have for fun. Most of us, however, find it easier to motivate others, learn from others, and learn by ourselves and improve if we have a proper and purpose of doing so. Developing your personal vision, a clear idea of where you want to be in few months or probably say few years, is a crucial part of developing that person. Then you will be looking at planning your personal development. Once you're clear about where you want to be, you can then start planning how you're going to get there. And then remember, like you have to draw yourself what kind of improvements are needed for you, what kind of things you are required in your way. Struggles that people have identified. That's what where we look. If you want to move into UK, then we look at the struggles of people, how they are actually working out there. Similarly, in the organization, you look at the struggles of your seniors. Start the improvement process then. There are a number of ways you can do this, which you can learn and develop. Improving performance. Recording your personal development. That means that you're going to write it down. You're going to either make it diary, or you can make a voice note every day that you have did this, you have done this. It's a good idea to keep a record of your personal development by writing down key developments in your learning and development. And when they occur, you'll be able to reflect on your success on a later date. Last of all, that's what the examiner wants you to do, review and revise your personal development plans. It's important to reflect on your experience and consider that you have learned from it. Regular reviews of your personal development plans and your activities will ensure that you learn what you have done. It will also ensure that your activities continue to improve and move you towards your goals. And your goals or the vision remains same. They will be relevant to you. Self-actualization, understanding what you want and what you are capable of doing is very, very important. Maslow suggested that all individuals have an inbuilt need for personal development, which occurs through a process called self-actualization. The extent to which people are able to develop depends on certain needs being met. And these needs form a hierarchy that we will be looking at in the next slide. Only when one level of need is satisfied can a higher one can be developed. As change occurs throughout life, however, the level of need motivating someone's behavior at any time will also change. First of all, look at the things or skills that you are going to improve and what you actually have. No one is going to tell you what you have unless and until you don't know what you have. Then try to understand, does that need is required in the company, and how are you going to be motivated? Say for example, I am teaching you, my motivation level is that you guys get a distinction. Secondly, the remuneration I'm getting for it, that's my motivation. But that motivation changes. Sometimes you need more than remuneration, you need bonuses to work, to bring the best out of you. So you need to understand what you actually want, what is relevant to you, because this whole course is based on personal development. So for self-actualization, you need to understand what we have just discussed above, that you need to understand what you are capable of, because only you know where you want to be and what motivates you. Like I told you, if I'm teaching you, what motivates is me is your distinction. What motivates me is the remuneration I'm getting. But after a while, this will not be enough for me. I would be needing some kind of bonus to be motivated to stay on task. Similarly, if you are in a company where you're a manager or a CEO, then a pay is not going to be the only motivation that will keep you going. Sometimes a car would be needed. Sometimes a holiday package would be needed. Sometimes fuel cost would be needed. So these are things that only you actually know because this is your need. So understanding what suits you and how you are motivated is self-actualization for a review. Aesthetic needs. The need for beauty, creativity, design, art. Why is there a need there? If you're working in a company, you remember that why is there a need? If it's a company, for example, say you're an outsourcing company for an audit, you're in an audit department, then the aesthetic needs would be totally different from what is of a fashion designing industry. Similarly, your cognitive needs would be the desire for knowledge. If you're working somewhere, how quickly it is updating, how quickly it is revolving. Say for, I normally give the example of IBM, I normally give the example of Apple in this case, where I know innovation is the key factor down there. It keeps on revolving, it keeps on changing. So there's a lot of cognitive needs. Need for knowledge is there at one level and at a company level as well. The need to understand, the need for meaning and predictability. It depends on the company you're working for and the post you are working in. Esteem needs. Feeling competent. Are you competent enough? Or do you feel that you are under pressure? Do you feel you lack the knowledge to do things? Or you feel you don't know what to do? But the other people do know when they are working in a team with you. That's what esteem needs are. There's need for self-respect. Remember, if everyone pays you a high respect, you're going to be much more motivated than with someone who's always going to tell you you're not doing well, you are not capable, you always do things wrong, oh, you are so dumb. These are some of the words that we normally hear in the workspace. and as well as in student life. They actually put your self-esteem to a very, very lower level. The respect for others at your work and socially are very, very important factors. That's why whenever you join a company or whenever you join a college, for example, there are some code of ethics that you have to follow. You cannot degrade other people. You cannot bully them. You cannot be a racist. You have to be there. Love and belonging. Affiliation. A part of a group is very, very important. And that's what in leadership we normally learn. We normally learn this that when you become a leader of a group, that means you are the part of their family now. You're a head of the family. That's the affiliation. Feeling part in a group, feeling that you are cared, feeling that you are loved, feeling that everyone understands you, takes you to another level. Giving and receiving trust is very, very important in a working space. Remember, if you know that your leader understands you, or if you are in a leader where you know you understand every person and their problems and their best peaks, that means you can do something which other companies don't possess. It's that's how much it is important in the hierarchy of needs. These are the things that you can base your review on. The need for safety, feeling safe from danger. If you're working in a coal mines, there's a lot of danger. That is why have to wear goggles. You have to wear some kind of jackets which are bulletproof, which are bomb proofs. You have to wear masks where you cannot inhale oxygen. That feeling will make you a part of that company for much, much longer. Physical and psychological situation and events. As I had, all of the needs are linked with one another. Remember, if the need for cognitiveness, the need for esteem is there, the need for belonging and love is there, then comes your safety needs. You're feeling comfortable there. You're not feeling bullied. You're not feeling that you're going to be harmed in any way because you lack some kind of skill behind, because you lack some kind of knowledge behind. Or, for example, you lack some kind of health, you have health issues. Remember, there are specific ethics for people who are disabled in the organization. Why are there specific ethics? Why there are specific rules? Because we have to look at their needs. We have to make them feel safe that even if you don't have a leg, you don't have an arm, you are still as capable as any other person in the organization. Then comes the security in the safety needs. That depends on the work. If you're working in a chemical organization, you're working in a paid industry, there are some kind of safety measures that you have to take. You have to wear goggles, like we used to wear in the labs. You have to wear gloves. You have to wear some kind of uh, rubber shoes. Being able to protect yourself before work is very, very, very much of a need. The need for uh, money, the need for better payment, the need for familiarity with everyone is as well important. Comes to psychological needs, the need for food, water, oxygen, shelter, temperature, sleep, relaxation, exercise. These are all those needs. Say, for example, I ask you to work and I ask you to work overtime as well. So that isn't going to work. If you're not slept well, if you haven't eaten well, if you don't have enough energy in your body, then you're not going to work. There are psychological needs that you need to fulfill before you do work. That is why companies send their employees to other places so that they can enjoy themselves, so that they can relax.